of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Well, the only person missing is Stephen, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm palpitating. He's not going to be able to make it. He's trying to.
I know. I'll entertain a motion to accept the minutes from our last meeting from March 15th.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
I was just going to note, it has my name under absent.
Oh, I'm sorry. I meant Debbie. Thank you for that.
We put you down twice then for you.
There you go. That was,
Oh, I meant to put also in attendance. I'm sorry.
oh, perfect.
All
So
right.
we'll
We
amend it.
accept those with the amendments.
Yeah.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right. Director's report. You're up.
Hi. Okay, so there's a lot of things I want to go over with everybody today. The first thing is our newsletter. Our big news is that our newsletter is now monthly. So it was like this one would be May, June. It's May.
That's
Good.
fantastic.
So another one will come out in June. This allows us to put a lot more information in, but it also allows us to put a fun page. So, individuals that are at home and want to do a crossword puzzle or little trivia, the calendar is bigger. It gives us a lot more room to put a lot more in it. And also too, you're not looking too far ahead. And there'll be less changes because you're only looking 1 month ahead.
You don't lose it for the second time.
That's right. Have to come get another one.
In Deb, to all the events that you have, there is transportation available to the center events.
Absolutely. Yeah, you have to call 48 hours in advance. And medical rides take first preference. So like I said, if it's available, absolutely, you can use the van to come here, the hairdresser, anywhere you want to go. You just need to call and schedule that.
Is that true for evening?
No,
Okay.
no, the vans are off the road by 3. Yeah, so not for evening yet. We're still working on things.
Okay.
Still working on things. One of the other things that was down here is, as far as, we have a new program. It's not new. It's My Active Center, which we use My Senior Center now. And My Active Center is a way for individuals to sign up online for any of the programs they want to come to, except for anything that requires a fee. So you wouldn't be able to, like cake decorating. You wouldn't be able to sign up online because you need to pay the fee prior to coming. But we are actually working with the town hall and a credit card company, and hopefully very shortly, you'll be able to pay online as well. So you'll be able to sign up for everything online. You can still sign up here, for those who don't, like technology or anything like that. You can still sign up here, in the reception area, but this is gonna help a lot of people, especially if it's a $50 trip or something like that. They can use their credit card.
Yeah,
So-
would Venmo be a solution?
Yes and no. We can set up a Venmo and take Venmo. We'd have to set it up with the town account and all of that,
Right, okay.
but it wouldn't be through My Senior Center or through My Active Center.
Gotcha.
So we're trying to keep it all in one spot.
Mhm.
So we already talked about the budget. I did include it in your packet. We did anything back, and we usually don't hear anything until town meeting.
Right.
So, and then one of the things I wanted to let you know about is that we do the AARP tax appointments each year. Last year we did like 140 appointments. This year we did 172 tax appointments here.
Wow.
So, yeah, it was huge. And it was a lot of work, for outreach to schedule those and, set up and everything else. We are having a meeting with the representative from AARP to go over the whole process and everything and see if we can even improve it for next year. Yep. And then just a reminder to people that we do get Panera on Wednesdays. So feel free to stop by Thursdays and pick up some sweets and bread and all of that.
And it's quite a bit.
It is quite a bit.
Tell
They
me
give us
about
a
it.
lot. Yeah.
Are you still getting it from Hannaford too, right?
No, well, we get some.
Some
from here.
stuff, yeah.
How has it been going? Are you getting a lot of people picking up?
Oh, yeah.
Good.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you should see them after bingo. Oh, yeah.
The after bingo crew.
Yeah.
Whatever works.
And
Yeah.
we put a little aside for Friday people too. So, one of the things on here too, I wanted to let you know, is each month we have a bereavement support group. And it's really beneficial and it's a great, it's great for the community. It's not just for anybody over 60. Anybody in the community who wants to come can come to bereavement. And we had Clyde Wheatley, who was the chaplain for Brookhaven Hospice. Well, Clyde was promoted to regional chaplain for the hospice. He's going to be covering several states. He's not able to do it anymore. So we didn't have one last month and we really missed it. And people that come to bereavement really missed it a lot. We were able to find a new coordinator and we're very happy about this, Jim Hastings.
Nice.
Oh.
So Jim was here today and he had a nice group today. They're going to be meeting again on May 24th at 1 p.m. So if anybody is looking for bereavement support, grief support, they're more than welcome to come. And like I said, Jim Hastings is our new coordinator. So we're really blessed to have him here. Another thing is we still haven't heard back about ARPA money. So we don't know what's going on with that. They're still doing whatever they're doing. But when I hear about that, I'll let you know. We do have a trip coming up on June 19th to Twin River. We only have a handful of seats left. So if anybody wants to sign up, they should sign up very quickly. And that trip is paid partially by the Angels. They gave us a $400 donation to pay for half of the bus.
Fantastic.
So it's $5. So $5 round trip.
That's fantastic.
And then Constant Contact will be going out this Friday with all of this information that we're talking about as well. So if somebody misses something, they can see it then. On April 13th, we had a Surf Safe certification training. We had 5 individuals. We had 3 employees and 2 volunteers come. It was great. We really learned a lot. In April, we did have the trip to the Isabel Stewart Museum, which was fabulous. Everybody loved it. They wish they had had more time at the museum. It was great.
There's a lot to see.
Yeah, that's what they said. They would have rather skipped lunch and had more time at the museum.
Yeah, there is.
I've never been, so.
There's 3 floors.
Yeah,
Wow.
they said it was great.
Mhm.
We had our April Fool's lunch, which was really cute as well. What looked like an ice cream bowl was actually sticky rice with barbecue chicken. And dessert, what looked like dessert was really, it was mini cheeseburger Nilla wafers that looked like burgers. So the dessert looked like the lunch, and the lunch looked like dessert kind of thing. So they had a lot of fun with that. It's always a good time. Creative writing with Mary Sarah Loosemore is going well. The Dell Men's Club had our assistant town administrator, Angela Snell, and she enjoyed meeting our Dell men. We had our movie matinee. Every first Monday, we have a movie matinee. We had Funny Girl, and we have fresh popcorn that we make here and movie candy. So, come and enjoy that. Our next one, in honor of the Kentucky Derby, will be Seabiscuit. So that's playing on May 1st. Fran Hart canceled. He had mistakenly booked another venue. So that did not happen. Senator Cronin's office, of course, comes monthly for their district update. Birthday celebration, Debbie Weatherby came and did the wooden craft ladders. Leominster Credit Union, the fraud presentation, they are rescheduling that. So we're just waiting on a date from Leominster Credit Union. Silk scarf painting was amazing. So that happened in the evening.
Sorry, going in your office. Or was it?
My husband.
Oh, okay. I still don't recognize them.
So they had it in the evening. They're going to have on May 17th, they're going to do it again at 10 o'clock in the morning. It was fabulous.
Yeah, they did. I saw the pictures.
So they're
yeah.
just white silk scarves, and it's not painting, it's tissue paper. And they use the vinegar and water, and it bleeds through. It was. They had a lot of fun, and it was. They came out gorgeous. So, if anybody would like to do silk scarf creating a silk scarf. It is in May, I think it's May 17th, and it's $15. But they make beautiful gifts. So the center barbecue for the 27th has been canceled. There was no one signed up for that dinner. We were wondering if maybe they get a little spoiled having restaurants in town cater them. So we don't know. We're going to try to have a restaurant in May and see how that goes. See if we get more signed up for that. And then Tech Time is full. So there's no more spots for Tech Time. One of the new things, I know we've talked several months about having another evening because the Thursday evenings is going so well. So we decided to go with a Monday evening, and it's going to be open in the dining room here, and it's going to be game night. So basically, if you wanted to bring your friend and go, if you want to call your friend and say, hey, want to meet me at the COA Center? We can play cribbage. You can come play cribbage. You can play mahjong. You can play rummy. You can play Mexican train. You can play Scrabble. So whatever you'd like, they'll be set up in the room here. You can bring a friend, or you can meet up with people here, backgammon, whatever it is. So we're going to try it out for the month of May and see how we do, see if we get people coming. But it'll be nice to get some people, a place to come, have a cup of coffee, have a refreshment, and hang out with your friends.
And what time's that gonna be?
It's going to be 4 to 7. And then Tuesdays, the Newport Playhouse, that trip is going very well. It's you get the show, you get the transportation, you get the lunch, buffet lunch. It's a beautiful location. There is still a few tickets, so if anybody's wanting to go, give Shannon a call and let her know. The Wild Women were supposed to go tulip picking next week, but because of the season, it got pushed up. They actually went today. They had a great time picking tulips at the Julian Farms in Bolton. So on May 3rd, we're having a Massachusetts phone presentation. This is where you can come look at different types of phones and devices for anybody who's memory impaired, hearing impaired, sight impaired, any disabilities that somebody may have. They have a phone that can be hopefully adaptive to what their needs are. And one of the phones that really struck me is my father has cognitive issues right now, and he may not remember my name some days, but he knows who I am. So basically, there's 6 buttons with your photo. So if he wanted to call me, he might not know my number or how to call me, but he could push that my picture to call me.
Mhm.
So I'm hoping a lot of people will take advantage of this. And this is at no cost. They will come show you how to use it, set it up in your home. So I hope some people take advantage of this.
Do you need a home phone line?
Yes.
A
Yeah.
landline.
You need a
Landline.
landline, right?
We are having a Kentucky Derby luncheon. So everyone's supposed to wear their bow ties and their fanciest hats, and there's going to be all kinds of
Decorations.
tchotchkes and decorations and presents and stuff like that. And the following day is actually Cinco de Mayo. So we have a lunch that's being sponsored by a candidate running for selectman, Jim LeBlanc, if anybody knows
Very
him.
good.
So he's sponsoring that. It's a free luncheon. So anyone from Clinton who would like to come, anyone over age 60 who would like to come, is more than welcome to give us a call.
What's the cutoff? Is 30 people?
32.
32,
We can
okay,
fit 32 in this room.
okay.
So,
And how many have signed up so far?
20.
Okay,
Oh,
So we got,
what are you having for lunch?
Mexican lasagna or something
yeah, it's like a
that.
pie.
Oh,
But it's
An
mild.
enchilada pie,
Yeah, it's going to be mild because
Yeah,
nobody wants the hot and spicy.
probably like an enchilada pie.
Yeah.
Yeah, some type of Mexican lasagna, I think.
Mhm.
So, like I said, if you'd like to sign up, just give Stephanie, give
Yeah.
Stephanie a call.
Oh, you don't do it through this?
You know,
Oh,
actually,
You should be
you
able
might
to.
be able to because
You
there's no
can.
charge. Yeah,
Right.
yeah. So
And that's at what time, 11:30?
11:30.
11:30, and there'll be all kinds of funs and games for Cinco de Mayo too.
Mm-hmm.
May 18th, we actually have an energy consultant coming in. He works with different and suppliers, yes. So he can, hopefully help some of our residents to lower their electric bills. So he's gonna come in and talk about that. The Veterans Breakfast in May will be the last one till the fall, because we don't have a Veterans Breakfast in June, July, and August. So, that'll be the last one, so hopefully all our veterans will come and, attend. And then May 24th is the next bereavement support. May 25th, we have Growing Places has their indoor farmers market. So they set up out here with all their fruits and vegetables, and it's great. After that, we're having a composting 101. So as you know, the community garden is moving here. So it's gonna be the Clinton Community Garden. We already have some beds out there that one of the Eagle Scouts made for the center. We have another Eagle Scout that's gonna be making beds for the Growing Places for the community garden. Until we get, the landscape architect to figure out the plans and survey and study and whatever it is they need to do, to put the permanent community garden beds in. So this year, they're gonna be temporary beds, just so that the gardeners can still garden this year. But there is a composting pile, so we wanna make sure people are putting the correct things in that. So we're gonna have composting 101. May 25th is the center dinner, and starting May 30th, Marlboro Hills Healthcare and Rehab are going to be doing finger sticks. So anybody who questions whether they are diabetic or wanna know what their sugar is, can call, you have to call so they bring enough supplies, but you can call and make an appointment to come in, and they'll do your finger stick and tell you what your sugar's at. June is also Elder Abuse Awareness Month. So Melissa is working on some informationals right now for June. We also have a presentation on June 8th, which is what you need to know when you're turning 65 about Medicare. And big news, WRTA, who we operate the van service through, has notified us that they are going to continue with no fares until June of 2024.
That's great.
So there's no for June of 2024. So we're very happy about that. Sherry is actually working on a couple grants currently. One of them is going to be to continue our medical transportation using the Clinton livery for life-sustaining treatments. So that'll be for those individuals who have to go for life-sustaining treatments when the van is not available or on a date you don't go to that town. So dialysis, chemo, radiation, all of those things, we want to be able to still be able to give rides to those individuals. And I already said about the Veterans Breakfast and Marlboro Hills. Trips coming up, we've got the Bee Gees with the New York Finger Lakes, Niagara Falls, Gloucester Harbor Cruise, the Montana trip, the Common Man Hotel. In November, it's an ABBA tribute band. Like I said, we have Newport Playhouse on Tuesday, casino trip on June 19th, and then we've got a trip to the Woo Sox, I believe in August. And then as far as the facility, I have not heard from the Permanent Building Committee, but they met last night to award the bid for the painting. So if that happened last night, hopefully the painting of the exterior of the building will begin in May. So I'm just waiting for the confirmation from them on that.
Brian will know? Will Brian know? Okay.
Brian will know, and I'll touch base with Chris McGowan, because he's the head of that. And then ESG has been here about updating the security system. So they're going to be presenting a quote for us on that. And then that's about it on that. One of the other things that I just wanted to mention is I brought the picture of the sheriff's department. You would need to call by May 19th. The sheriff's picnic, they do it every year, is a drive-through. So you will actually drive through, and they'll give you your lunch and little giveaways, and they always have a lot of fun things and a lot of great things to give away. So that's always something for everyone to take advantage of, and you just have to drive through. And then
What's the date on that, Jeff?
that is June 10th, Saturday, June 10th. And then in your packets, on other flyer, and that is going to take place on, I believe, what is it, the date?
Saturday, June 24th.
June 24th. And R&R Landscaping is going to bring a dumpster here for any Clinton resident over the age of 60 who has an item 2 or 3 that they want to get rid of, that they haven't been able to because they trash, it doesn't fit in the trash bag. Like say, example, I just had a dumpster at my house and my mother had a cat tree that she was like, how do I get rid of this cat tree? So she threw it in my dumpster. So I know there's seniors out there that have a broken chair or, different things like that. So we're gonna set it up. We'll have, someone at the entrance here, and Ryan will be there to help them, put it into the dumpster.
A lot of the items that they list that they can't take
Right, I see that.
can be taken at the recycling
Recycling
center.
center.
Right.
Yeah.
You just have to buy, the appropriate number of stickers, so.
Yeah. Like a
um,
mattress is 7 stickers.
I just saw on Facebook, they do it every year in Leominster, open to all surrounding towns. They have a free recycle day, you bring anything.
Oh, wow.
Well, the other thing the town has done is twice a year, they made arrangements with a place in Air. Chris would know this.
Right, yeah, you can go out there.
You can bring, if you have like paints or
Oh, yeah.
anything,
Oils.
oils,
Yeah.
anything chemical that would be considered hazardous waste.
Yeah.
You can bring, because Clinton has an arrangement with them.
Yeah.
Twice a year, we can go there and bring those things to them, and they dispose of them appropriately.
I'll find out the dates so we can let everybody know.
Yeah.
And put it in our constant contact. Couple other things, we're gonna be having a nutritional program with Mock. So Mock has actually moved to another location. So it's changed a little bit, packaging's a little different, it's, they're improving their meals, so that's a positive. Our art classes have changed to 4 p.m. starting May, so our art classes will be at 4 p.m. And then in September, we will be going to the American Heritage Museum, and that will be at a reduced rate because the Angels will be paying for the bus for that as well. The summer barbecue is September 8th. And then there's something else. I just went over the financials. The financials are in your packet as well.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing very well for this year.
Now, do we have to do verbal approval for warrant number 22?
Yes. Is it 22?
It says you wrote on here, number 22.
Yeah, I think that's what the last one was. You all signed the warrant for on remotely, but yes. So it'd be just a verbal, just so it's not only on line, but it's also.
Okay, I'll entertain a
in-
motion that we approve the warrant number 22 that we all signed through DocuSign.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? Being none, all those in favor? Aye.
And then the last thing I have is our numbers. I've been pulling our numbers, and our numbers from pre-COVID and our numbers now are, so we're back to what we were prior to COVID. So that's great news as well. And then the last thing is I brought the picture of Bill in here today because I pulled the report for Grady's Groceries. Since July 1st, we've had 97 unique individuals
Wow.
get groceries here, 97. It's been a total of 388 times.
Right.
But 97 individuals have been able to be serviced by coming here and getting supplies.
It's a
here.
resource for them,
It is an absolute resource.
which is great.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So, and I think that is all that I have at this moment for you. If you have any other questions, I will be right over here.
So we've gotten through facilities update. So Council on Aging members, policies and procedures update.
We have not heard anything back from town council on that.
Okay.
We sent over to town council. Along with the gift policy that has, both have been approved by your board. We're just waiting for
Council.
town.
Council, and then the request on the petty cash.
Has not happened yet. So it was approved by your board, it has to now be approved by the select board.
Okay,
So we'll be sending a letter over to them in order to, move that forward.
okay. So we also have in front of us, under new business, the policy regarding non-service dogs on the premises. So as I understand it, and I've witnessed myself that there have been a few people who have decided to bring their dogs into the building that are not registered as service dogs. There is a procedure to follow if they are service dogs. They have to be, is that through
Certified.
certified through Human Resources?
Yes.
Is it HR in town?
I'm not sure who they're certified through, but they need to be a service dog that actually has been trained to perform a task.
Correct.
Not a emotional support dog or a therapy dog. Service dogs are different.
The concern that I have is people bringing an animal into the center, there runs a risk of somebody getting bitten.
Well, and allergies too.
And some people have allergies. So I think,
Some dogs are fleas.
I went to one
Oh,
dog,
and we serve food here.
yeah, and it opens up a can of worms. You could start bringing your cat
Mhm.
or whatever.
so Deb has drafted up a service animal policy regarding the definition of what a service animal is and the potential, what we would allow for animals to come into the building. Do we want to have time to review this? I think that we should.
It was emailed to everybody.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
did review it.
I did too.
Do you get a big call for people with animals? You get a lot?
We have been getting more and more.
Really?
Yeah.
It takes one person and then,
And unfortunately, people are bringing their dogs in because they don't want to leave them in the car, which they should never leave an animal in the car,
Mhm.
especially at this time of year. But they have to leave them at home.
home.
And if they're leaving them at home and the animal has anxiety, then they probably should crate the animal from hurting themselves or doing any damage. I mean, that, it can't fall on the community
No, no.
to allow them to bring them with them.
So support dogs and anxiety?
Oh, I'm-
Yeah, believe it or not, I've seen,
I've also seen issue in other neighboring towns with dogs at senior centers. And it's certainly something we do not want to get into.
right.
Stuffed animals only.
I'll entertain a motion to approve the service animal policy as presented.
I will make that.
I'll second it.
There's a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? There's being none, all those in favor? Aye. It's unanimous. Okay. Should review and update the political campaigning
Can we
policy.
just-
Yep,
That I just here, that was part of the package. Are you gonna hang that out there
We're gonna order, so you can order those on Amazon.
Yeah.
Order those.
and have them hang?
Yeah.
That's all. Sorry.
okay.
I think this should also go up in the WRTA.
Yeah, WRTA, that is their policy, as well. And and that's good. We will have the training for the staff as well, what they can and cannot do in regards to.
To ask. Is there an update to the political campaigning policy?
What we did is, our policy was good.
Mm-hmm.
This is a policy that I come across, that was a little more detailed and a little more defined. So I sent both of them to you to look at them. But I thought
The revised.
the revised is a little more concise.
It is.
Spells it out very clearly.
I think under number 5, Deb, you don't really need to have a subparagraph A. You can just incorporate that last piece in.
Okay.
I mean, it would be one thing if you had more than one sub-item.
Yeah.
So the only thing that this doesn't have is that the kind of sponsorship part of it.
I mean,
So previous, you have like the events.
right, they would need to sponsor.
Something.
Okay, let me go back and look this over and present a more, I'll meld the
Add.
two together
Yeah.
Sounds like a
in a
plan.
better way, and we can look at it at the next meeting. So table it for this meeting.
Yep.
Okay,
Thank you.
I'll entertain a motion to table this.
so moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay. All those in favor of tabling this?
Aye.
All right, we'll hold off on this. Although I have followed the rules
Yeah,
to the letter.
better. Set an
Well,
example.
and that's why.
Yes.
Oh, trust me. I followed every rule there was.
The other thing in your packet is the use policy for the center, is quite a few years old. I thought it needed another look at. We've actually had some requests that, someone had called that wanted to use the kitchen only during the day.
Yeah, well,
Well, we use the kitchen during the day. But it got us to start thinking about, do we want people in the kitchen? Because we use the kitchen for and we have things that we have in there, and we have things set aside for certain things. And so we were thinking of maybe taking that out of the use policy, so that basically it's just the space that they'd be renting.
Like this room here, basically.
Right. Yeah.
Only because the other part of it is the kitchen is subject to inspections by the Board of Health.
Right, you
Right.
get the safe serve,
Yeah.
you just get certified and.
Right.
Yeah.
Also too, I mean, not that I don't want to rent it out, but we do have to have a staff member present. So if a staff member's not available, because, a lot of people want to rent on a weekend or something, so if the staff member's not available, that's an issue. Also, there is, not that there's confidential, because there's not, but there is material at the front desk, things like that. So you need to have a staff member here to make sure that, nothing's being moved or taken or anything. So I just thought it was time to look at it again. Not that we have, like I said, a big rush of people to use it, but I just thought it was time to review.
Do we want to discuss this at our next meeting?
sounds like a plan.
All right,
It's very thorough, I read it through.
Yeah.
it is.
That was Mr. Bill Grady.
I'll entertain a motion that we table this for discussion to our June meeting.
Okay,
I can make that motion.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Okay. Motion's been made and seconded. Any discussion? Being none, all those in favor?
Aye.
The only last thing I have under new business is starting July 1st, we're going to be more adamant about being good about our fee structure. So as it stands right now, for anybody who is not a 60-plus senior in Clinton here, there is a minimal fee for like our exercise program, so it's $2. So if you live in Bolton and you want to come to Tai Chi, you're absolutely welcome to come, but it's $2 a class. So that's been in effect, but we haven't really enforced it. One of the things that we've come across recently is we have our center meals, which are $5. It's cost us 10 plus for this meal. And we do it for $5 for our Clinton residents age 60 plus. And then the council pays the rest of it. We've been getting more and more people coming from distances for the $5 meal. I don't feel the Clinton Council on Aging should pay the extra for somebody from out of town.
Right.
So we've had a lot of people calling from Leominster and Shrewsbury
Wow.
to come for lunch. So we're going to put into effect as of July 1st, where if you are not a Clinton resident, 60 plus, it's $10.
For the
So
center meal.
it's
Yeah.
the cost.
Yeah.
The
Mhm.
cost of the meal. So we'll put that into effect. And then what we'll do also, not the best of times trips, because those are set trips, but any of the trips we have, it'll be a reduced cost for Clinton residents. And like I said, anyone else will be an
Full price.
additional
price.
cost, right? So we're not paying that extra that we pay for our
Residents
senior
here,
residents.
right.
Yeah. So, and then we do have the Tower Hill Garden Passes,
Mhm.
and we're having those for our Clinton residents.
Right.
So like I said, we're just kind of reining it in a little bit, because we are the Clinton Council on Aging.
Yeah.
Every town has a Council on Aging, and we want to make sure that, we're not taking away from our residents.
Right.
But still
So,
leaving it open to seniors and
Absolutely.
other
yeah,
locations.
yeah. I mean, during COVID, we were very lax.
Yes.
Because a lot of the other centers weren't open.
Right.
And we were. So we were very inviting.
Mhm.
But now that everything's back, and everybody's back open and doing what they need to do, we're just gonna tighten that up a little bit.
How are you gonna enforce it? Who's-
Well, the instructors will be collecting themselves and giving it to Shannon for deposit.
How are they gonna know we're out of town
They get a listing of
Okay.
who's coming to the class.
in their
So we
towns?
can highlight or circle, kind of thing.
What about the programs that are shown on Zoom?
On Zoom. The Zoom programs, I don't pay for. So these are only the programs that I pay for, that the Council on Aging pays for.
All right. Like the chair yoga.
Yep.
That is here. So if I came from out of town, I'd pay $2.
Correct.
But what if I decided not to come here, but to go on Zoom and take chair yoga through the Clinton Center? Do I still pay $2 or is it free?
No, it would be free if you're doing it from home.
Well, but no, I see what she's saying.
Right.
So when she does her classes here, she also has some people online. So that's something I've got to talk to Kristen about.
How are you gonna
She-
charge them if they're online?
Yeah, you can't.
Right, so it's free for
But
them.
then
Uh-huh.
again, maybe we should have it just here.
Just-
Talk to the
Yeah.
instructor and see.
Yeah, let me find out from Kristen what her thoughts
So
are.
discontinue the Zoom,
Zoom.
is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or
Yeah.
you'd have to have a code to get into Zoom.
Right.
Yeah.
Only Clinton seniors.
Thanks, Claire.
Only
Well, no,
Clinton
if-
seniors get that code.
Right.
Yeah, we'll have to look at it and that may be right. Only
Because there's a link. You'd
only
have to
Clinton
link.
residents 60 plus get the
Yeah.
link to sign in.
Yeah.
Because there are people who can't get here.
Right,
So
exactly.
we want to
Yeah.
make sure that they have something